Hey guys, I am Teacher Megan with teachermeganspoors.com, and in today's video I want to go over some of the pros and cons of working for VIPKID. I have been with VIPKID for 3 years. I just signed my 7th contract, and I want to go over some of the things that I've seen that I like and some of the things that I don't like, the good, the bad, the ugly of working for VIPKID for the last 3 years. The first pro of working for VIPKID is that you get to design your own schedule. You are an independent contractor. You are not a direct employee with VIPKID, and with VIPKID you can teach as little or as much as you would like. They don't have a minimum or a maximum that you must meet. However, I will say with the new pay incentive structure, the more classes that you teach, the higher your incentive is. So that is something to keep in mind as well. They are tied to one another. The second pro, and the biggest one for me, is that it is amazing for military spouses. As a military spouse whose husband is active duty, he had just moved here to Colorado. He deployed and our twins were just under 2 at the time. I was looking for employment because I had to leave my job behind in California when we moved here to Colorado, when we had to PCS. That's the hardest thing of having to reinvent yourself every few years when you need to move. It's exhausting. I was looking for employment, and traditionally that's always been outside of the home. So with working for VIPKID, I get to stay home, I get to keep all of that money, and 3/4 of my income is not going toward childcare. That was the biggest selling point for me, is to be able to do this as a military spouse. As long as you are legally able to work in the USA or Canada, you can reside anywhere in the world as long as you have a stable internet connection. So if you love to travel, then this is an excellent job for you as well. The third pro of working for VIPKID is that I have a full schedule under VIPKID. I've had a full schedule from week 2 of working for VIPKID. Check out my video if you haven't done so. I have some tips of things that I've implemented from the very beginning. Maybe you can find some things that you can implement as well to ensure that you are getting fully booked and that you're maximizing your incentives and income with VIPKID. That is why I have not left VIPKID, is because I've always been fully booked from week 2, and I open up a slot. I usually don't have any issues filling my slots when I open them, and that is a big pro to me. I don't have to reinvent myself under another company. I have branched out to diversify my income. I have worked for other ESL companies such as Magic Years and GoGo Kid, and I'll do a comparison video of those two at a later date. But I keep coming back to VIPKID because I'm fully booked, and I also enjoy that one-on-one platform with my students. I get to know the student better than you do with a 1-to-4 platform. I have several students I have been teaching for several years. And when I first started teaching them, they were the little bitty 3-year-old in level 1, and now they've progressed to level 4 or 5 or beyond. And it is amazing to watch them grow and progress and get to know them and know their families as well. To me, that is one of the biggest pros of working for VIPKID. The fourth pro of working for VIPKID is that you get to supplement your income. You can easily have another job outside of the house. I am done working at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. That's the latest I ever worked. Many teachers turn this into a full-time job, working many overnights, and then you have your whole day free to do whatever you would like. And it will help you meet your financial goals, whatever those may be, whether you would like to save for a vacation, pay off bills, financial freedom, save for retirement, whatever your financial goal is. This is an excellent job, an excellent way to supplement your income without majority of that income going out to childcare. You get to keep all of that. As an independent contractor, you don't pay taxes, so that is something that you need to look into. Tax situations are very complex. Everyone's situation is different. Please seek a tax professional for some advice. I am not a tax professional. The fifth pro of working for VIPKID is that you don't have any lesson plans. VIPKID does all of the curriculum for you. You just review that lesson, gather the appropriate props, and teach the class. Leave your feedback to the student and parent after class. and then you're done. No parent-teacher conferences, no lesson plans, none of that. I feel like you're not actively getting paid for that kind of stuff, right? Teachers often are pulled in so many different directions. And the sixth pro of why I love working for VIPKid is that we have a life by design here in Colorado. I open up my schedule to the best of my ability. Now I teach 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. That's not how I started. I started working 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then I built my schedule up over time. And now I'm able to work 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. I am done working at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and that leaves us time to live a life by design. We can go do whatever we want to do, whether that's hiking, going to the zoo, going to the doctor without having to take PTO time. Collectively, all of these pros are why I stick with VIPKid, and I've been doing this crazy early wake up for 3 years because I just love the life that it allows me to live after I'm done teaching. Every company has their pros, the good, the bad, the ugly. So let's just jump into some of the cons of working for VIPKid. Let's address that elephant in the room. The hours kind of suck. Let's just be honest. Getting up super early might be a deal breaker for many people. I've always been a little bit of a morning person. Let's be honest, not 2 a.m. early though. That's a little early. But again, I built up that schedule over time. I didn't start off working at 2 a.m. And you have full control over your schedule. Yes, you're an independent contractor. You can open and close as many slots you want. However, it has to fit within the parameters of Beijing time. The children live in China. So yes, you do have full control over your schedule within those Beijing hour parameters. So you're not going to work during the day because the children are asleep in China. However, I will say there are other companies out there where you can work one-on-one with adults and you might be able to teach during the day with some of those other ESL companies. Another big con is the new pay incentive structure. Every company I've ever worked for has implemented a policy I didn't care for. This is a little different because it's messing with people's pay. Anytime there is a change being implemented with the company that I am working for, I try to look at those pros and cons. The new pay incentive structure is a tiered system and it rewards teachers. The more you work, the more classes that you teach collectively and per month, the higher incentive that you can earn with VIPKid. That's just how the new incentive structure works. Rewards teachers that teach the most with VIPKid. The more you teach, the more you earn type of thing. With my current situation, I teach between 180 to 200 classes a month, depending on what we have going on. And the new pay incentive structure does not affect me. In fact, I did the math and was losing about 2 cents per class. And that was not worth it to me to leave to go to another company, at least not at this time. There are ways to maximize that pay incentive to ensure that you're getting the best base pay, like ensuring that you have a strong profile. I kind of went over that in another video that I just made about how to get fully booked with VIPKid, so you can check that out. So the hours and the new pay incentive structure can be cons for some people, but for me, the pros outweigh those cons, and I'm not really losing any money under the new pay incentive structure because VIPKid is my main company that I work for. I work 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. However, there's some teachers that are just not able to work those types of hours. So again, just weigh those pros and cons, see how they affect you and your situation. I just wanted to give you the facts so you can decide whether it works for you or doesn't work for you. Now, these are some of the pros and cons of working for VIPKid for the last 3 years. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Goodbye.